Hello lovelies, this is Megan and I'm going to show you how to create this charm bracelet. Today I'm going to cover the basics and hopefully this will help you on your future charm bracelets. Alright, so these are some of the materials that you are going to need. So to start off, we're going to get our chain ready. This can be one that you already have and want to reuse, or one that you purchased from the store. Alright, when I measure, I like to keep mine nice and snug around my wrist. Alright, so this is a personal preference. I love to take ribbon and intertwine it between the chain links. So when you're choosing a ribbon, make sure you find one that is, narrow enough to go through the chain links nicely. Alright, so I'm using a crimp with a loop. That is the thing that I attach to the end of the ribbon. And I used a chain nose pliers, which are the ones with the flat edge, and smashed down the sides. You'll see this again later on. But in the meantime, I'm just taking the ribbon in and out of the different chain links. There are different chain links. This one isn't the most perfect choice to do this method with, but it still gets done. Alright, so when we're attaching the ribbon to the chain link, we're going to take a small round jump ring and open it up and attach the ribbon to the last chain link. Like so. And now we're just going to give a nice little tug to the ribbon, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it will go through. And it did. Sometimes it takes a little bit of patience. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing again on this side. We're going to take the crimp with the loop and take the flat nose pliers and smash the side down into the ribbon. This will keep the ribbon in place. And then we're going to smash the other side down. And then we're going to snip off the excess ribbon. Take a jump ring and open it up and attach it to the chain link, the very last one. And then take the ribbon and put it through the chain link, well, not the chain link, the round jump ring, and twist it shut. And then we're going to work the ribbon through like we did earlier. The second one is a little bit harder to get the ribbon worked back down, but you'll get it. The next item that we're doing is attaching a lobster clasp to the end of our chain. This is our fastener. So you don't have to choose a lobster clasp, but this is my favorite clasp to use. Alright, so now we're just going to take a jump ring and open it up and add it to the end, and then connect the lobster clasp to it. And we're going to do a twist motion with the two pliers, and ta-da! It is closed. And for extra security, we're going to add one more jump ring to it. This is just a personal preference. Alright, so now we're going to learn how to do a simple loop. We're going to take a head pin, and a head pin is a piece of wire with an end thing at the bottom to catch the beads. For this one is a filler bead that I love to use, and it's just seed beads added to the head pin. Now these particular seed beads are actually the larger seed beads. Now we're going to take the flat chain nose pliers and make a 90-degree angle. And then we're going to take our round nose pliers and wrap the head pin around it, like so. See the motion? It's kind of circular. Then we're going to take our wire cutters and snip it where we think that if we bend the wire, it will make a complete circle. See? I'm going to take the pliers and push them together to make a circle. And ta-da! You made your first simple loop. Now we're going to do this just one more time, just in case you did not catch this, because this is the loop that you'll be using all the time. Alright, you make a 90-degree angle with your chain nose pliers. Do a circle motion with the wire around the round ones. And then you snip the wire. And then you close it again with the round nose pliers. My kitty is acting crazy right now. Just to let you know. Alright, now we're going to do a simple loop with a wire wrapping. This is the most secure way to attach your beads. You're going to make a 90-degree angle like we did before. Wrap the wire around your round nose pliers. But instead of cutting it immediately, we're going to wrap it around. See, this is a close-up of what a wire-wrapped bead looks like. So you're going to hold the loop, then we're going to take the other pliers and wrap it around. Hence the name wire wrapping loop. Now once we're done wrapping it as much as we want to wrap it, actually you can wrap it all the way around if you want to, until you're out of wire. But for such a small bead, I just wrapped it a few times. Now if it's just sticking out just a little bit, you can flatten out the part that sticks out if you want to. Alright, now we're going to do the jump ring basics. To do this, you take 2 pliers, grab it on each side, and do a twist motion. Don't pull it apart, like right and left. You want to do a twist motion, because if you do the pull apart, then it makes your ring, like at the very bottom, it'll make it weak, and number 2, you'll lose your shape. Now I'm creating one of my favorite filler beads. It's actually created with jump rings and seed beads. So you'll open a jump ring, add 1 seed bead, then you'll attach another jump ring with 2 seed beads on it, and then the final jump ring will have 1 seed bead attached to the jump ring with 2 beads. So it's 1 bead, 2 bead, 1 bead. So here is a close-up of it. Ta-da! Here's another technique using 26 gauge wire instead of using a head pin. We're going to take the wire and wrap it around our nose pliers. And wrap the wire like we did earlier when we were making the wire wrap with the head pin. Cut off the excess, string the bead, and we're going to set that aside until later. Now we're going to create the base. We're going to use an eye pin. The difference between an eye pin and a head pin, there it looks like it has a circle at the bottom. Now I'll put the bead on the eye pin, and we're going to create the wire wrapping effect that we did earlier. Create a 90-degree angle. I know I didn't do it this time because the wire for this one was super tough. And wrap it around the nose pliers. And then wrap it like we did earlier. Wrap, 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 wrap. Now we want to do this when we're using very thin wire so it doesn't fall off. So now we're going to go back to our original wire that we did earlier, the beads. And we're going to take it through the end that we just wrapped, the secure end. Push the wire through the hole. And we're going to make a loop and hold it with our fingers and wrap it around several times to make it secure. And it's really easy, and I love this technique because then you can use all different color wire. Now I bought this wire at Michael's, I think. Either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. They have lots of options, so or online, but I usually purchase everything from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Alright, there you go. So now I'm just going to do that technique with the rest of the beads, and then you'll have a nice little dangle. Alright. now we're creating the adjustable chain for our bracelet. So all I did was take a bunch of jump rings, open them up, attach them, made a chain, and that is about it. But to make it super cute, I always add like a little bead or charm to the end. So you just put a small bead on there. I like to use some kind of crystal. Add it to a headband. Take the chain nose pliers, those are the flat ones. Make a 90-degree angle. Take your round nose pliers. Wrap the wire. Take your wire cutters. Snip it so you'll have enough to make a circle. Close it with your round nose pliers. Then we're going to open the small jump ring. Do a twist motion. Twist. Now it's open. Attach the bead charm. And attach it to the rest of our adjustable chain. And then twist it again. Do that, it closes. And ta-da! We have our little adjustable chain, and you didn't have to buy it separately. Finally, it's time to create our bracelet. I always like to line up our large beads first, so my charms and the larger beads, and get those placed how I want them. So now we're going to attach our beads with our jump rings. I like to use smaller jump rings, but that's totally optional. You can use larger ones. You just twist them open and attach the bead to the link. And later on you'll notice that some of the links will have double beads on it, one on one side and one on the other side, and some will only have one bead on a chain link. But like I said earlier, I like to line up my main beads first, my important ones. That would be my charms and my larger beads. See, now I'm attaching them, try to equally space them out. And now I'm doing my regular beads, then my filler beads, and the rest of my filler beads. Now the final step, we're going to add the adjustable chain. Yes! Now, I always add 2 links to the adjustable chain when I'm attaching it, because sometimes when you're adding like a smaller link to a larger chain, sometimes it might come open just a little bit. So double it just in case. Woohoo! I think I got it, and it's done! Yay! Now we can wear our bracelets. So all my beads, like I mentioned earlier, are from Hobby Lobby and Michaels. Now get creative, use different colors. I love to see all your work, so do hashtag Little Hot Tamale, and I might feature it on my Instagram. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'm sorry if it was a little confusing. I will do better next time. So thank you. And oh yes, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you like my channel, subscribe. Alright, toodles!